Well, we are here at we're really nowhere. We're in the middle of Zoom. Aaron Portzine here in my home office. Allison Lucan there in her train station. Someone appears to have left something behind Allison. Allison, what just happened? What just happened tonight in Toronto? In Toronto, I mean, we've seen this team play a lot of games. They've done this before. I guess we shouldn't be too shocked, but this one, holy Lord. We're supposed to have 10 observations after each game. I've got about 411 for this one. Blue Jackets win 4-3. Pierre-Luc Dubois, of course, in the headlines Tuesday for his bench back and forth with John Tortorella. Back in the headlines all over the hockey world tonight for his hat trick, Blue Jackets' first playoff hat trick, including the overtime winner. Blue Jackets 4-3 over the Leafs. They're down 3-0 before they start their comeback. They pull Elvis Merzlikins after the 3-0. I'm sorry, they pull Joonas Korpisalo after the 3-0 goal. Elvis Merzlikins comes in, earns his first playoff win, 21 for 21 saves. Allison, where do we go with this? Where do we start? It's Pierre-Luc Dubois, right?
I mean, there's just so much. Yeah, I mean, what a dominant monster. I believe the term we were using for him earlier in the season was moose.
Yes.
What just an amazing performance by him. And yet all the more confusing because it wasn't there from anyone for the first two periods. So that the impact of the goaltender change, all of it. All of it.
It's crazy. So let's start from the start here. The Blue Jackets, I thought, were so much better tonight. Even when it's 3-0, they were so much better tonight than they were the night before. They were not on their heels. They weren't in constant retreat mode. They actually made a push, and there was a lot of stuff going on. All of that's fine, but then it's 3-0, and the Leafs still had that air about them where they're making passes that Columbus isn't making. The puck seems to be bouncing for Columbus. It's not really bouncing for Toronto. It's the same ice, right? There's just a skill difference that was still magnified early on. But Columbus just sort of keeps chipping away, and I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming in Tampa last year. I'm not sure. I'd have to really maybe give it a couple days and see if this is even more stunning. But it's 3-0. The Blue Jackets are down. It's early in the third. Well, it's 3-1, so they get a huge goal from Dubois to make it 3-1 before the end of the second period. That's life. That's kind of what happened in Tampa. Seth Jones, and I wanted to ask him this after the game, but I couldn't get in. His goal that made it 3-2, is he picking that spot, or is he throwing it netward and hoping for the best? Because if he's picking that spot, he's the coolest guy on earth tonight. But that makes it 3-2 at 7:27 of the third. Now you've got belief. Pierre-Luc Dubois scores 3 minutes later off the rush, keeps it, scores. It's 3-3, and they go to overtime. Allison, they pull Merzlikins, or they pull Korpisalo when Robertson scores at 8:48 of the second. I can't keep the name straight because there's so much going on. Merzlikins comes in. That never works, right? The idea of it is to get everything changed and give the team a new look. They didn't pull Korpisalo because he wasn't very good in that game. There's no warning for Merzlikins that he's coming in, and yet here he comes in cold. At what point did you start to feel energy from that wash over the ice to the rest of the Blue Jackets, or did you? Or are we making too much of that?
Well, it's funny. When I looked, of course, at the shot volume, Merzlikins comes in, and there's an immediate burst of offense from the Blue Jackets. But I'm with you. I did not. I felt like Toronto was too dominant. They had been too strong offensively, and to your point, even though the Blue Jackets were going, they weren't finding a way to finish. They were not getting close to the net. They were not getting really quality chances. It wasn't until when was it, that burst in the third period? And it's almost crazy. This lore is beginning to become around the Blue Jackets. Like, you can't, like, how does this keep happening in the postseason? It's crazy.
Right. This is the third time they've done it. The first one was, look at me. I'm a disaster right now. This is the third time they've done it. Second time in 2 years. I think it's so crazy what this whole season, just this season alone for Merzlikins is a book, because it's been crazy. And here he doesn't get the nod to start this series as the goaltender. And he, by all accounts, you see the way he's handling himself on the bench, he handled it really well. He comes in tonight ice cold, like no warm-ups, and really no like, boy, that's a rough goal by Corby. And then it keeps going for a while, and another rough one. There's no warning there that Korpisalo is going to be pulled.
Right.
I just think that part was incredible. I think the way Pierre-Luc Dubois bounced back from and we should say this, I charted this, it's been part of the day-to-day looking at this. The Blue Jackets don't match lines, right, Allison?
That's what I've heard, supposedly.
They match lines. So in the first two games, the Leafs wanted Matthews against Dubois. Clearly in this game, John Tortorella wanted Tavares against his guy Dubois. And there you see the difference. Dubois springs to life. Let's just look ahead because it's getting late here, really late. I can't read the clock behind you. Going into game 4, I mean, this is just all momentum for Columbus, right? This is all thinking time now for Toronto. It's almost like if the Leafs weren't in a bubble right now, their world would collapse upon them. Do you feel that momentum heading into game 4?
Yeah, I feel two things, actually. I feel, again, that mystique, that there's so much drama on both sides, right? I mean, the Leafs can't close things out. They haven't had a first round win. And even though this isn't first round or whatever, to give up a lead again, Columbus continuing to come back is massive. So there's this mystique building, but I'm also going to be very curious for both sides, actually, from a fatigue perspective. 3 players on the Blue Jackets played more than 30 minutes tonight: Seth Jones, Zach Werenski, Cam Atkinson. And who do you play in net? I mean, I kind of feel like you have to go with Elvis, right?
You have to go with Elvis, don't you?
I feel like you do, but I thought
you have to ride the wave.
Who's to say? But I'm really curious there too, because I did think at the start of OT that the Blue Jackets looked tired.
Oh, yes.
So I think there's mystique, there's narrative, but there's also fatigue. And these two teams play again in, what is it, 8 plus 12, 20 hours. So
yes,
here we go.
Yes. As we've said, if you know what was going to happen, it wouldn't be fun.
Correct.
Right. So, and I think it almost helps Toronto to get right back at it tomorrow. Less time to be reminded of their short-term history and all of these things. So, my God. Blue Jackets 4-3 in overtime tonight. Again, Pierre-Luc Dubois, a hat trick. Elvis Merzlikins, 21 saves, perfect in relief of Joonas Korpisalo. Blue Jackets lead the series 2-1 now, with game 4 set for Friday. Wow. We will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for sticking with us. Talk to you then.